It's 1987. A kid from Queens named Jordan Belfort walks onto Wall Street with 20 bucks in his pocket and a $1 million smile on his face. He's 25. He wants to be rich. Not pay my rent rich, not nice car rich. I own a helicopter to fly to my yacht rich. That kind of rich. He lands a job at a big firm called L.F. Rothschild as a trainee stockbroker. His boss, slicked back hair, gold watch on each wrist, leans over and says, "Kid, success is simple. Sound smart, talk fast, and make them feel stupid for saying no." Jordan nods like he gets it, but he absolutely does not get it. So he starts cold calling strangers. "Good afternoon, sir. This stock is about to triple." "Hello, ma'am, your retirement could thank me." He makes 100 calls a day and gets rejected 99 times. But rejection doesn't stick to Jordan. He just smiles, dials again, and dreams bigger. Then one morning, the stock market crashes. Hard. The firm collapses overnight. Jordan shows up on his very first day as a fully licensed broker and is immediately unemployed. Broke, embarrassed, and selling lobster door to door just to keep the lights on. "Sir, interested in 20 pounds of shrimp? I'm allergic." "Great, more protein for your neighbors." Then he spots a tiny newspaper ad. Stockbrokers wanted, high commissions, Long Island. The office is called Investor Center. It smells like old carpet and bad decisions. The guy at the desk is chewing gum loud enough to hear from the parking lot. He looks Jordan up and down. "You ever sold a penny stock before, kid?" Jordan says no. The boss grins. "Perfect. Just sound more confident than the other guy." Jordan stares. "Is this legal?" The boss tilts his head. "Mostly, probably. Let's say yes." Jordan shrugs, walks in, sits down, picks up the phone. "Good afternoon, sir. I'm calling about a company called Aerotine International. Cutting-edge technology, aerospace parts, contracts with NASA." The truth? It was a man in a garage with a fax machine and big dreams. But the guy on the phone buys anyway. Jordan hangs up. He just made $2,000 in 4 minutes. His eyes go wide. People will buy anything if you sound like you already believe it. That's the moment the switch flips. He's not selling stocks. He's selling hope. And hope, it turns out, is the easiest thing in the world to sell. He grins at the guy next to him. "I'm going to be rich." Like, how rich? Rich enough to buy a helicopter to fly to my yacht to park next to my bigger yacht? The guy laughs. Jordan doesn't. He's already planning. After a few months in that tiny Long Island office, Jordan figures out the formula. Being rich isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about sounding like it. He builds 3 rules. Talk fast, never hesitate. Make them feel like they're already missing out. Then the big thought hits him. If I can do this in a cramped room with sticky phones, imagine what I could do with my own company. So he starts one. He calls it Stratton Oakmont because Jordan's discount stock corner didn't exactly scream Wall Street. Now he needs a team. Not finance graduates, not MBA guys. His friends. There's Donnie, who says the word bro the way other people use commas. There's a guy who used to sell knockoff sneakers out of a duffel bag. Another one who can't spell Dow Jones but could talk your grandmother into buying swampland in 20 minutes flat. They rent an office. The carpet is questionable. The phones are older than some of the guys, but Jordan is electric. He hops up on a desk, looks at his crew and says, "Listen up. We are not selling stocks. We are selling dreams." Someone raises their hand. What do we actually say? Jordan picks up the phone. "Good morning. This is Jordan Belfort. I've got a stock that's about to move, and I'm only calling because I personally like you. Don't let your neighbor get rich on this one." He pauses, nods slowly. "Perfect. 5,000 shares." He hangs up. The room is dead silent. Then it explodes. Every phone in the office gets grabbed at once. The noise is unreal. Imagine 50 people yelling into phones while someone runs a blender. That was Stratton Oakmont on a slow Tuesday. The whole operation runs on one beautiful, simple, very illegal idea. Find a cheap stock nobody knows about. Buy mountains of it quietly. Then get on the phones and hype it like it's the cure for everything. If you've made it this far and haven't lost your mind yet, smash that like button and subscribe. More disasters coming soon. People rush in. The price shoots up. Jordan and the team dump their shares from the top. The price crashes. Regular people lose their savings. Jordan buys a Ferrari. That's called a pump and dump. Or as the guys in the office called it, Tuesday. Money starts flooding in, so fast it gets embarrassing. Jordan buys a Ferrari. Then another Ferrari to remind the first one who's boss. He gets a mansion, a boat, and a fish tank the size of a small apartment. He buys a gold watch. Then, a gold watch to wear over the first gold watch. From the outside, Stratton Oakmont looks like the most successful company on earth. Inside, it looks like a Las Vegas pool party that somehow also has a stock ticker. Then comes the moment that turns Jordan from rich to absurdly, suspiciously, comically rich. A young shoe designer named Steve Madden walks into the office. He wants his company's stock launched to the public. He sits across from Jordan, who is somehow wearing sunglasses indoors at 9 in the morning. Jordan leans back. "You want us to sell your stock?" Madden nods. Jordan smiles. They'll buy it before they even know what it is. The phones light up. "Sir, have you heard of Steve Madden shoes?" Everyone owns a pair. Even people who don't walk. The stock price rockets. Jordan, who secretly owned a huge chunk of shares, waits for the peak and sells everything. Millions of dollars in hours. Champagne gets sprayed. Someone hugs the fax machine. Jordan throws cash off a balcony just to watch it flutter. The party has officially left the building and bought the building. But while Jordan is busy turning money into a personality, a quiet man in a plain suit is sitting at a desk somewhere, staring at spreadsheets and frowning. His name is Agent Denham. He looks at Stratton Oakmont's numbers and says, "Nobody earns this much money this fast unless they own a small country or they're lying." Denham doesn't throw parties. He just watches and waits. The thing about building an empire on lies is that the maintenance is exhausting. Jordan's starting to feel it. The stocks keep working, the cash keeps flowing, but the walls are getting closer. Banks start asking questions. Lawyers start getting nervous. The word wiretap gets whispered in hallways. So Jordan does what any reasonable person would do when the FBI starts sniffing around. He calls a meeting. "All right, we need to move the money." Quietly. Donnie stares. "Like to a different drawer?" "No, to Switzerland." And so begins one of the most chaotic money laundering operations in Wall Street history. Bags of cash get stuffed under clothes, strapped to bodies, hidden in suitcases behind shampoo bottles. At one point, Jordan's elderly aunt is opening secret bank accounts in Switzerland on his behalf. She's in her 80s. She thinks it's a fun adventure. The FBI thinks it is very much not that. Then Jordan's yacht sinks. He takes it out in a massive storm, ignores every warning from the crew, and watches $50 million worth of boats go under the waves. The Coast Guard rescues him. Agent Denham gets a full report. He reads it slowly and nods, like everything is going exactly according to plan. When Jordan gets back on shore, Denham is basically waiting at the dock. "Mr. Belfort, we should talk." "About what?" "Everything." Jordan smiles, offers him a job, maybe a drink. Denham just stares. Enjoy the parties while they last. The walls keep closing. Friends start getting nervous. The brokers who once screamed into phones like champions are now whispering the word lawyer every 10 seconds. Then the calls come. The FBI has recordings, bank records, the accounts in Switzerland. A mountain of papers so tall it has its own altitude. They give Jordan two choices: cooperate or spend the next several decades getting very familiar with a bunk bed. Jordan sighs. "How long are we talking?" "Long enough that you'll forget what a yacht smells like." He cooperates. He flips on his own guys. The empire he built on 3-second sales pitches crumbles like a sandcastle at high tide. Stratton Oakmont shuts down. The Ferrari disappears. The fish tank shaped like his initials gets hauled away by people who do not appreciate the artistry. Jordan goes to prison. No parties, no champagne, no staff. Just a single bunk and a roommate who snores at a volume that suggests a medical condition. But because Jordan can't do anything quietly, he uses his time to write. Not scripts, not pitch lines. His actual story. All of it. When he gets out, he starts talking about what he did. Not to brag. Well, a little to brag. But mostly as a warning. He gives talks. People show up expecting a villain and leave with a lesson. He writes a book. The book becomes a movie. Leonardo DiCaprio plays him on screen, which Jordan will tell you feels like the universe apologizing while also laughing at you. At the premiere, he watches himself on screen and leans over to say, "At least this time, I didn't have to manipulate anyone to fill the seats." Jordan Belfort started as a broke kid with a gift for talking. He turned it into a machine that stole from thousands of ordinary people who just wanted a better future. He went from a trainee at a firm nobody remembers to the most notorious name on Wall Street, to a prison bunk, to a motivational stage. The guy who once sold dreams for money now sells the story of what happens when you sell the wrong ones. The money was fake. The charges were real, the lesson was free, and somehow that last part is the one thing he never had to pitch.